Okay, today I'm going to can butter, and I'm doing 50% salted and 50% unsalted. I'm going to can it in half-pint jars. This is not an approved method of canning. You can't find canning butter in the Ball book or the Bernardin book, so you have to do your own research, okay? However, last week I bought clarified butter in a jar, so you know what, you can can it, in my opinion. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my salted butter and non-salted butter in a pot and gently heat it. You don't want to cook it. You just want to gently heat it. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So this was $2.85 a pound at Costco. And this, I think, was $3.95. So, this is, I should have bought more of this. But anyway, I bought 6 of these, 3 of each. Anyway, so there you go. I'll bring you back when I have it in the pot, okay? All right, so in my pot, I have 6 pounds of butter, and I have ready 12 half-pint jars. So this is what I'm going to use to can the butter with. If I need more, I have more at the ready. If I don't, that's okay. If I need less, well, I was well prepared. There you go. This is the progress of the butter. It's going to take a little while longer just to all melt, and at that point I'll put it in the jars. I'm going to skim the top of my pot. It has, a frothy substance. So I'm almost ready to start filling my jars. I'm now going to begin the process of ladling the butter into the jars. I have my vinegar here so I can wipe the jars. I have my jar grabber. I have my lids in water that has boiled, but it's not boiling. It's just boiled and poured over. So let's get started. Alrighty. Okay. It's important to give it a stir. There we go. I'm going to stir it every time I ladle it. Just that way, all the milk solids are evenly distributed throughout the jars. There, maybe a tiny bit more. Great. I'm going to move that over. And I'm actually going to move my cloth over the crease, or the space between the oven and the counter, just so the cloth soaks it all up. All right, so I have vinegar, and I'm going to wipe my rim with vinegar. Although I'm using a canning funnel, doesn't matter. I want to wipe the rims really well, because basically I'm canning something that is buttery, oily. Okay, great. There, I'm going to place that in the canning pot and move on to my next jar. Again, I'm doing a lot of stirring. There we go. So apparently you don't want to can salted butter. However, if you do, don't use any more than 50% salted. So we'll move that there. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 50-50. I like salted butter. Anyway, whatever. We'll see how it works. Okay. Just wiping that rim. Give it a fresh lid. Okay. All right, I'll bring you back when I'm ready to turn on the canning pot. Okay, so I had more butter than I expected, and I've had to take out 2-pint jars and fill them up. So I've allowed a lot of head space in all of my jars. There's a little less head space in these two jars. Let's see how that works out. There we go. Yeah, that seems okay. Great. I'm almost ready to turn the pot up. So I did get a dozen of the 1/2 pint jars. So, and 2 pint-sized jars. So I should have had 16 1/2 pint jars, but I'll know that next time. All right, I'm gonna bring the camera over so you can see inside the pot. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna put the lid on. I did get a new seal, but it's all floppy and twisted. It has to sit out before I put it in here. So I was hoping to use it with this canning session, but anyway, I guess not. So anytime you can, you wanna look through your vent and you wanna check your overpressure plug, and the locking mechanism is working. So let's close it off. Now I want this over here so it can vent up into the fan as opposed to bugger up my cupboards, which that side is a little buggered up anyway. Great. And my pressure gauge is pointing towards the dining room where I'm going to be sitting. So let's turn this up. All right, so this is venting, and I'm going to put the timer on for 10 minutes. And I'll bring you back when I can. My 10 minutes are up venting, so I'm just going to put a cap on and there. I'm now going to wait till the gauge comes up to 11 pounds pressure. When it does, I'm going to set the timer for 60 minutes. I'll bring you back when I set my time. Okay, so it's just past 11 pounds pressure. I am going to turn down the element and put my timer on for 60 minutes. And I'll bring you back when the 60 minutes is up. 60 minutes are up, and now I'm going to turn off the element under the canner. I'm going to let the pressure come down naturally. And when it does, I'll take the cap off and open it up. The canning pot has come down to pressure naturally. The locking mechanism is dropped, so I'm going to take the lid off. I'm just going to move a couple of things first. Here we go. We start with the weight. Let's take the weight off. There. Always hold the lid away from you. Great. That looks really nice, actually. Woohoo. Okay. Oh, I'm hearing the pinging already. Let's remove the jars from the canner. There we go. Actually, it came down from pressure very quickly, so I'm quite impressed. So the butter has set. I will leave it on the counter and wash the jars tomorrow and take the rings off and such. But this process has worked out really well. It required a lot of shaking, but I would do it again, definitely. But remember, this is not an approved process. However, we do know butter does get jarred. So give this a try at your own risk, but do your research. I will definitely be doing this again.